What is tidal power? Tidal power, also called tidal energy, is a form of hydropower that converts the energy of tides into useful forms of power, mainly electricity. Although not yet widely used, tidal power has potential for future electricity generation. One way tidal energy can be captured is by building a tidal gateway across an estuary with turbines built inside producing the electricity and a road across the top enabling connectivity between towns and reducing journey times. I have been shadowing a tidal gateway project, Northwest Energy Squared. The vision here is to build 6 tidal gateways across 6 northwest estuaries, and to demonstrate the ideas further, there's been a 3D contoured model created of the Northwest. Chairman of the company Alan Torvell believes that his company Northwest Energy Squared can make a difference to the economy and the Northwest by reducing journey times and also flooding risks.
The electricity produced, which is very substantial, the electricity produced from the whole range on the northwest coast is probably equal to 2.5 nuclear power stations, so it's big energy. But it also generates substantial increased connectivity. If, for example, you can go across Morecambe Bay rather than round it, you probably save an hour and a half and about 30 miles of travelling. In percentage terms, the biggest saving is to go across the Ribble, which doesn't generate anything like the most electricity, but it makes the biggest percentage saving in that a 29-mile journey around through Preston is replaced by a 4-mile journey across the estuary. Water can only go downhill, and if it can't run off the land into an empty area of potential sea, then it can't run away. With a tidal gateway, although normally you just automatically let it go in and out, if there is a flood risk which is going to be caused by a high tide, you can temporarily stop the tide coming in. So there's a huge material gain from preventing flooding.
To demonstrate what Northwest Energy Squared are saying, the 3D model has been carefully crafted by a company in Manchester called Hobbs. They've used 3D printing and new technologies to enable the public to get an understanding of what could happen in the next few years. Andrew Conley, Managing Director of 3D printing at Hobbs, explains the cost and work that went into this impressive model.
Cost of this is circa sort of £14,000 to £20,000. It was quite, at the time, it was the largest size job that we'd done in Hobbs Studios, so it was in the first year that we were operating in Manchester. It's a large job in terms of size as well. We have done sort of similar sized jobs since then, but it was certainly a great one to just sort of test our capabilities, really.
It is not only the model that has been gaining public attention. Graham Davies, the spokesman for Northwest Energy Squared, has been visiting Rotary clubs and parish councils from Workington all the way to the Wirral, talking about the tidal energy project. And Graham thinks that now is the time to harness the potential energy of the Northwest.
I'm very passionate about tidal energy. I think it's absolutely got to happen. It's happening all around the world. We've already got a tidal energy scheme in France that's been going 50 years, so we don't have to think theoretically about it. We've got a practical example that gives us all the answers. We're so blessed with potential tidal energy in the British Isles. We're number 2 in the world. We're first in Europe for potential tidal energy. It's clean, it's renewable, it's predictable, which is the most important thing of all, because electricity companies like to know when electricity is going to be produced. With a 120-year life on tidal gateways that produce tidal energy, it's a no-brainer.
There is no perfect energy source. Each and every one has its own advantages and compromises. Transforming the Northwest is something that Northwest Energy Squared aims to do, and the company does believe that they are capable of achieving this goal.
So I think it will transform the Northwest economy as part of the Northern Powerhouse. It will draw in government money for improved roads between each of the estuaries. It will reduce the mileage between Scotland and Wales. It will open up cafes and garages and 20,000 jobs on the scheme over 20 years. It will transform the Northwest economy.
I did a bit of research before I came tonight on the web, and they reckon at Lowrance that there hasn't been any great damage to wildlife either upriver or downriver. But I'm committed to it. I think it should go ahead, and I look forward to seeing some progress in it.
Graham's talks have obviously prompted positive feedback, and at the moment I think there are many curious minds eager to know more.